Blackhawks forward Frank Nazar is standing by. Let's waste no time. Let's get right to it on CHGO Blackhawks. Happy Friday. Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks Podcast. Hope you're having a great day on this beautiful day in Chicago. I'm Jay Zawaski. That's Mario Tirabassi. Sarah's here running the show. Do us a favor before we get started. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed to our page as well. If you're catching up on the podcast, we love you and thank you. Follow, subscribe, and please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We're going to get right to it. We've got Frank Nazar standing by, fresh on the heels of his new 7-year contract extension. Frank, thanks for being with us today, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's going to be fun.
First off, congratulations. We were caught a little bit off guard. Truth be told, last Friday, we had our golf outing, so we were recording a show for that day when the news broke. And it's not something that was on our radars. How long of a process was this to get this done? How long were you and your agent and Kyle Davidson working on this?
Yeah, it was kind of something that we talked about towards the end of the year and going into the summer, and kind of picked up more towards like August, like towards training camp, and took a little bit of time, trying to work some things out and go over some things and make a decision. But at the end of the day, everything worked out, and just happy everything was able to get done.
6,599,991 AAV. Is that a coincidence or on purpose with the 91 at the end of the number?
No, it's definitely on purpose. Wanted to find a way to incorporate the 91 in there, as well as like I'm a religious man, and I just didn't feel super comfortable with having 6.6, and if I was on my 6th year, and it was so I try to stay away from that, but. No, I definitely wanted to find a way to incorporate 91 in there, and and it's something fun. Have fun with it.
That is fun. Okay, because that was the thing with us when we got the news. There was no exact dollar amount, and it was like, oh, it's about 6.6 million, and then we got the exact number, and I was like, his number's in there, like, yeah, just one of those fun things. So. Wanted to kind of get clarification on
so
that.
8 years from now, we expect a $9.1 million deal, right?
Hey, whatever. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's do it.
If all goes according to plan.
Well, I'm sure you know this, but that's what Sidney Crosby's been doing that forever. He's been making $8.7 million for a long, long time, and you see a guy like that like make a commitment to the team long term so they can stay competitive. Is that something like, look, like you probably could have waited. Maybe you could have gotten a few more bucks if you put together another huge year next year. But it looks like this is obviously a great contract for you, more money than you've ever had before in your life. But also, like, this could prove to be a bargain deal in 3-4 years. Was that part of your viewpoint of like, hey, when this is ready to take off, all these great young players I'm playing with are going to need to get paid, and we want to stay good. Was that on your radar at all when you signed this deal?
100%. It's obviously took a little bit to go through the process and what was going on. And, I was trying to figure out like my morals and what I want to do. And like kind of the biggest thing is like, I want to win. I want to be successful. I want to look back and, leave nothing back on the table. And so it's definitely like something I thought about a lot and overweighed a lot of other parts of the decision. And, it's, I mean, like if I was able to do that my whole life, that's what I want to do. Like all I want to do is win.
So when you look at the investment that the team is making in you after just 56 NHL games, what does that do to kind of motivate you moving forward here into what'll assumingly be your first full 82-game NHL season and trying to, take off from there, going into what would then be the deal kicking in next year?
Yeah, I think that this year's going to be a bit different, obviously, with a bunch of younger guys on the roster. And like as you can see, they're putting a lot of faith and trust into us to go out there and play as a team and figure things out together as a group, especially as a younger group. And I think that's just going to be a big part is just learning together with all these guys and trying to figure out where we stand and like how like what it's going to be like playing in the league. And I'm really excited to play a full 82 hopefully, and see what just something like that's like. And I had the opportunity to go to Worlds and play some more games after this year. And like I did that on purpose. Like I wanted to get that feeling of what it was like to play more games and play. I mean, I don't know what the complete number is, but play more than play up to almost 82 games in a full calendar year, and see just how I can perform at the end and see how my body would feel towards the end of the season and towards the end of the year going into summer. And I think throughout the year, that's kind of something that I want to focus on is just being able to play all 82 games and then see how my body feels to play more after that.
When you go to the World Championships and you have the kind of performance that you had personally, what does that do? Like, I know you as you're playing on the Blackhawks and teams not doing well last year, you're having some success, but then you go and you play against, like, it's not best on best like the Olympics, but really good competition, and you thrive. You're one of the best players on the ice. What does that do for you mentally to say, wow, maybe I really am this dude that earned this contract I just signed?
Honestly, I don't really think it does much mentally. I've talked about it in the past. Like, I think that my confidence has been there the whole time. I feel that no matter what, whenever I step on the ice, I believe that I'm the best player on the ice and I'm gonna beat the guy in front of me and I'm gonna score and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make plays, and like no matter what, I'm gonna believe in myself. But I do think that the confidence and trusting the group of individuals that are making the decisions of, okay, who's going out on the ice, who's going to be in this position, who's doing what. I think that is the part that that increased for me like as the year went on and throughout Worlds and just like being able to prove and showcase what I can do. I've always thought of myself like so highly because like you have to. I mean, if you truly want to be the best, like you have to believe you're the best and you have to go against the best each day. And that's how I'm gonna think, and that's what I'm gonna say to myself every day. But I think that having faith and trust into the upper like staff and management to put me in situations that like I can help the team and situations that I thrive in. I think that is what increased.
What was that experience like for you playing in the World Championships and obviously winning first gold for Team USA at that tournament in over 90 years? What was that experience like?
It was a blast. I think that like the biggest part was just meeting guys in the same criteria like for USA Hockey and all these just elite players who are just tearing up the NHL and just like unreal, like learning from them and seeing them on the ice and off the ice. And I think that was the coolest part was just be able to meet all these guys and kind of see like who they are as a person and just like how good of people they are to like treat a guy like me who's only played 50 games coming into this World Championship and coming in maybe a little bit like shy or trying to prove what I could do out on the ice and then kind of explode from there. And they just treated me like just one another, and it was great to see that. And it was just really cool to learn from other guys and their skills and just kind of things like that.
Well, now that parlays into an invite to Olympic camp that you just got back from. What was that experience like? And did they give you any sort of expectation on potentially you making the team?
No, not really. Honestly, it wasn't much talking. It was more of kind of getting the guys together to meet each other and get to know each other and come together as a group. There's a lot of just learning like what the experience is going to be like and what's going to happen. But like I said, I think the most important thing of the week was kind of getting to know each guy and come together as a knit group and try to get some understanding of the guys you're going to be playing with.
You did the Olympic orientation camp and the World Championships with Alex Vlasic, teammate along with you. How's it been having him go alongside you in that experience and have someone who you're familiar with like from Chicago do that as well? It's
been great just seeing him go out in these situations and thrive. I've seen it the last couple of years coming into the program, the organization, just like how much of a beast he is and how good he actually is. And honestly, I think he's so underrated. Like he's got such great qualities around him, and he's super smart, and he works so hard. And I think he's just such a good defender. And I think it's really good that USA Hockey and everyone's starting to notice that, and he's starting to get the love and the fame that he deserves. And I wouldn't be surprised to see his name on the list coming up in February.
I saw you were sitting next to Seth Jones in the Team USA team photo. Did you catch up with him a little bit?
Yeah, it was nice. Obviously, congratulated him. What an awesome experience for him to be able to go and win a cup. It's something that everybody dreams of, and he's always very very kind and very nice to me and helping me out. And I struggled a bit coming in to the league in the beginning of the year, and he was always right there by my side, like never putting me down, always bring me up. So just to catch up with him and hear about his summer and how he celebrated was nice.
When you say you struggled when you came into the league, are you referring to numbers on paper or like just the adjustment to being an NHL player? What were the things early on that you struggled with?
I think numbers on paper is a part of it too, but I think just executing really, like, if you go back and look, like I had a lot of chances my first 10 games, but like I was only able to get like one point, like even towards the end of the season, like I was getting breakaways and after breakaway, and I wasn't able to score in all of them. And I think that's really just part of it. It's not about like if I'm playing at an NHL caliber, it's more of like just being able to execute.
Well, let's talk about next season coming up here, because you mentioned all the young guys that are here, obviously the strong future, and you mentioned your desire to win. With a young team, there's going to be some growing pains, but we noticed at the end of last season that things seem to shift a little bit, right? Like the last couple weeks, the vibes around the team were really good. The young guys were all contributing. Renzel and Levshov come up, and they make a difference right away. Oliver Moore gets some time. Are you excited? I mean, obviously you're excited for the season to begin. You're excited for the potential of the team, but like, what are the vibes from everybody as the season approaches here? Are you guys just like chomping at the bit to get on the ice?
Yeah, I think when like looking back at the end of last year, it's pretty fun to look back at and think about just the group we had and what we were able to do. And it's something that I think about very often is like hard things, like they're easy to do when you want to do them. And like the group that we have is so close, and everyone loves each other, and we're hanging out off the ice and at the rink, we're making jokes. And I think at the end of the year we're able to really just get to know each other and connect as a group and bond. And it just made coming to the rink and playing the game just a lot more fun. And especially having this younger group with guys who know you and who you've known like growing up and coming into dev camp and all those things. And like I was saying, like when you do something hard, like it's easy when you want to do it.
Well, we saw this off season, you and a number of those guys that you'd put in that category of the young guys got to hang out with Nick Foligno out in his area, getting some ice cream, and also got on the ice and hung out. What was that? I don't know how long you were out there for, but what was that, let's say, week like? Just kind of like getting together in the summer and hanging out with those guys.
It was unbelievable. Like a lot of thanks and props to Nick and his family for putting that up and having all of us out. Like, I mean, that was probably the highlight of my summer with everything going on, like a lot of stuff going on, but just to be able to go there and see how he treats us, and, he treats us like kings, and it's, it's his own house. And we had fun with his kids and his family. We're playing games and we're working out and we're skating and we're jumping in the lake and we're, doing all this fun stuff to, get together and bond. And, a big part of training that I learned like through NTDP and through other things was like, you got to go through hard times with people to really connect with them, because that just makes the good times a lot better. And we had one workout one day where we're like swimming across the lake and like doing all these tough things and running through his property, and we're doing push-ups and pull-ups and squats and like all these tough things, and it's just like more of a mental battle than a physical battle. And like we all had these groups and we're competing against each other, and just to be able to battle and fight through hard times with those guys, and then once it's all over, you come out victorious, and you look at each other and you're like, wow, like we just did that. Like, let's do it again. Like that wasn't that bad. Like you're looking at it like in the moment it sucks, but then when you're after, you're like, you get to enjoy like where you're at and the time, and just such a great experience with such a great guy.
That's like a true captain's practice, captain's
Foligno.
workout. Yeah. That's awesome.
Did Nick do anything, or just watch you guys do it?
Yeah, was he running all the drills?
He had like donuts set up, and every time he did a sit up, he'd eat a bite of the donut, and then while we're all running around the property, it's kind of crazy.
Now, if
that's
I had that
awesome.
in my house, I would do some sit-ups.
Yeah,
Just offset
I imagine
the work.
that's how your workouts go. Yeah.
I just forget the sit-up.
No,
part.
No, in all seriousness, he's a beast. He's in great condition. Like I was shocked. Like I don't mean this in a bad way. Like obviously like he's older considered for like an NHL player, but he's a tank.
Yeah, he's not a small dude, and to be playing at the level he's playing at 37, obviously the work ethic is there. I got a couple people who send super chats. I want to give you a comment. Ovi Klepbaum says, "I've seen enough. Give Frank the C." He wants you to be the captain of the team, so he's already moved on from Foligno.
Take over from Foligno, yeah.
But is that something you look to, as the years go on here, having a more of an official leadership role, be it a C, be it an A? Is that something you look forward to, or just kind of let it play out?
No, I obviously let it play out. That's, I think just kind of being myself. I care for people, and I want to see like the best out of guys, and I want to bring that out of them too, and kind of just being myself. Like that's something that I want to work towards. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way, I'm gonna still be myself, and try to contribute in the same ways possible. And I don't want to be fake. I want to be me, and I want to tell it to you straight. And I just want to kind of say what I have to say. And if I don't feel like saying something someday, then like not saying it. But like I do want to be a leader, and I want to be authentic. So
we have one more super chat I want to get to as well. From Joey, says, "Waiting for my Nazar Centennial jersey to arrive in a few months. Super excited for your future on this team." Have you been noticing around the United Center more 91 jerseys? And I think now with the new deal, you're going to see a lot more.
Honestly, like I haven't been looking too much. I need to look a lot more. Thanks, Joey, by the way. I was I was at the UC for an event, and I went to go buy like a shirt from it or whatever, and the lady that was helping me was very nice, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like I work here for your games, like I know you are," and she's like, "Yeah, I sell a lot of your jerseys, like a ton of them," and I'm like, "No way," like it's still crazy to me just to think like people rocking 91 around the United Center, and obviously like that's what I love to see. Like there's nothing that gets me more hyped up than seeing a 91 jersey and people rocking it and cheering, because that's the game. It's like you gotta be like loving it and cheering loud, and I want to bring that out. I want to be the energy, and I want to bring that entertainment out.
Yeah,
we were told
when to see a lot.
Yeah, when the Centennial jerseys came out, we were told that the biggest sellers were Bedard, Vlasic, and you. So you'll be seeing them.
Awesome.
What did you think of the Centennial jerseys when they came out?
Yeah, I honestly I liked them. There's two ways they could have went with it. Is completely change it up and make it look a little bit different and like older. But honestly, I like just like they're bringing back just the nice gold stripe and keeping it simple, and I think that's nice and very clean and very smooth.
Got another super chat regarding jerseys. This is from Eris Mix 23. Says, finally got a 98 jersey last season. 91 is next on my list. Congrats on the contract. We're excited to have you in Chicago for years to come. Speaking of 98, how much contact have you had with Connor this offseason and keeping in touch with him? We've been seeing videos online of him doing his workouts and everything out there in Vancouver. Like, what's the contact been like with him, and how's he handling off season?
Yeah, I haven't really talked to him too much. We've thrown some jokes back and forth and talked a little bit about the season and what's going on and the summer. Excuse me. And then really it's been a lot of jokes going back and forth, just trying to keep up with each other and just see where we're at. I know that he's out and he's working hard. I've seen almost every video of him training and like him dangling everyone and doing these spinorama backhands and scoring. And it's pretty funny. And I'm pretty excited to start seeing that in person coming up. But it's really just checking in and making sure we're doing good.
You guys trying to go into camp trying to one-up each other? Maybe pull off a couple Michigan goals yourself?
We'll see. Yeah, obviously always trying to one-up. So that way you keep each other motivated and working towards something. But we'll see how it goes.
He's been training along with Macklin Celebrini. Obviously, he's got a lot of hype in the Sharks world and everything. One thing that I think we've seen running parallel between the you guys and the Hawks and the Sharks is the rebuild and the comparisons between the teams and everything. And we were talking before the show started how you kind of stay away from some of the social media stuff, but it seems like the outside perception of both teams, the vibes, so to say, are perceived differently between the Hawks and the Sharks. And this is a roundabout way to bring up the Sharks vibes. I doubt you saw this, but yesterday the San Jose Sharks released a bobblehead of, I don't know if you heard about their sleepover in the hotel with Celebrini and Will Smith and Tyler Toffoli. I don't know if you've seen this or if we're showing this to you for the first time, but
no, I'm trying to see it.
Do you think that the Hawks could? Do you think the Hawks could match this in bobblehead form in any way, or?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they want to, but I think they're. I don't know how to answer that.
Well,
we had the same reaction.
Yeah, we were saying yesterday they could do the all you guys outside the ice cream shop with Nick. Could be a bobblehead.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
It's not quite so off-putting.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess to pull it back to some seriousness.
Yeah, let's get serious here. Come on.
No,
when you look around and you see the guys coming up, and you had the trip out with Foligno and the group this off season, and he talked at the end of the year about looking around and knowing that he's going to eventually hand off the team to the next group. Like, how do you guys kind of view that from your inside circle of like, this is the group that's going to be kind of pushing things forward, and how you guys have kind of come together and what that's going to maybe feel like through the next couple of years?
It's a tough question. I mean, honestly, I don't really think guys have been focusing too much on, the next couple of years and how that's going to look, with guys gone and Foligno passing the torch, kind of stuff like that. I really think everybody's just focused on this year and coming in, and like our whole goal, like everybody's just like, we just want to make progress and we want to move forward and, keep going up and start the trend in an upward direction and not go back downwards. And I think that's a big thing that we're all really focusing on and thinking about, rather than like where we're going to look at in 3 years. And it's got to start somewhere. And I think everybody realized that, and no one is understanding that like this next year, like we got to bring it, and we got to start that progress of moving upwards.
Well, you've got new leadership, Jeff Blashill behind the bench. You got to play a little bit with Mike Vellucci at the Worlds. What's your first impression been of the coaching staff, especially Jeff Blashill?
It's been great. I spoke to him at the rink a few times, and I've seen him around. And Blash is a very confident guy too, coming into this. And it's pretty crazy seeing it. Like, I grew up watching him with Detroit. Being from Michigan and seeing him coach that team, and he's almost getting another chance at coaching a younger core team like that here in Chicago. And it's always something like you learn from kind of your past experiences. And I spoke with other guys who've been coached by him, and they've said a lot of great things. And he said a lot of great things to me, like when we've spoken. And honestly, like, he made me a believer in meeting one. It's just he's got a lot of heart and passion for the game, and especially for this team in Chicago. And I'm really excited for that. And I think that picked a great staff to be surrounded by and guys to work with.
Have you had much contact with Michael Pekka, who will be a on the coaching staff as well, because I think a lot of people saw that hire, the responsibilities he's had as a coach, and the way he played his career when he was playing in the NHL, and kind of compare it a little bit to yourself being more of a forward that has a strong defensive game. Have you had much contact with him this offseason?
Pretty much same as Blash. Like I spoke to him a few times. Once the hiring came out, I did some research and just like, seeing like what he was able to accomplish when he was playing, and like looking at his game, and it's something that I was like, wow, like, what an opportunity for myself and for other guys to, get to learn from him and kind of see his side of things, and kind of learn from like basically how he planned out his whole career and played out his career, and learn from that. So it's just, he's been a great guy, and I've been talking with him, and he's had a lot of great things to say. And I'm really excited to learn from him and just be able to be lucky to get that opportunity.
So it's making me feel really old that you had to do your research about Michael Pekka. I watched him when he played, and I could just tell you that is a guy who did a ton with, I don't want to say very little, but he's not a big guy. But he played a power forward style. He was one of the best checking forwards in the game, just all around. Great leader, scored clutch goals, was a huge part of that Sabres team that was so good for all those years. That is a dude who, just as a collective, as a team, just speaking as a fan of the game, I love Mike Pekka's game. And if you're looking for someone to kind of mirror, that would be a huge. Like he is in my mind like the perfect kind of hockey player. Even though he's not Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux, he did everything. He maximized every little bit of talent he had, and was an awesome player. So tell your young teammates, my God, Mike Pekka feels like a young guy to me, to do that same research you did, because he was unreal. And he played in that era too, where it was the clutch and the grab, and it was all the power forwards, and there was no two-line pass allowed. It was a totally different era, and he still was able to do all that. So Pekka was a stud. Great guy to look up to. A couple more super chats we got to get to because they are for you. Michael Evans has a bobblehead idea. He says the pickleball game that you guys did could have been a bobblehead.
That'd be good. Just change the shirt up a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Warm Bedard's $2 says, do you have a new celly ready for next season?
That's a good one. I've got a few things in mind that I'm thinking about, but can't spoil.
Yeah, all right.
Are those things that you practice in the mirror at home just to make sure that they're like ready to go?
No, it's more like, honestly, it's in the moment type of feel, like how I'm feeling in the moment, kind of expressing through that celly. Really, the only celly like I kind of like thought about before was maybe like my first college goal. I was kind of like, before the game, I was like, oh, like what if I score here, like in Detroit, like that'd be unreal, So I was like, what should I do? And then like you dumb it down to like 3 different ideas, and then you're like, just in the moment, you're like, which one do you like the best? And but no, I think maybe in practice you might try a few if you go and you score a big goal against some guys you've been chirping the whole skate. So yeah. That
was the cell phone one, right? The first Michigan one. I remember that one. That one got me hype.
So the hair one was completely organic? It just came over you at the moment?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Well,
Frank, one more thing before. Are you big into the NHL video game series at all?
I used to be. I haven't, I've been playing a lot of World of Chell, and this year I didn't get a big opportunity to play. It's kind of backed off a little bit, but I used to play a lot.
Do you know your rating for this year's game?
I don't think so.
It is an 82 to start the year.
All right.
Is that fair?
Do you know what game mode that is? Is that just
for the game mode
just
is for franchise mode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dang. I forgot what it was last year. Do you know what I was last year?
Probably around the same range. Because
they had to add you to the game. I play all the time. They had to add you to the game, and they don't have your face. Like your little your little player card is blank. Even in the Ultimate Team, they don't have your face or Oliver Moore's face. It's
pretty weird. I played 50 games, but no, I I got a headshot. Like the NHL, I literally have an NHL headshot. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it should be in there.
We'll send an angry letter
to
them,
and
then we'll make sure Pierre McGuire learns how to say her name too.
Yeah. What's my speed looking like? How's that looking?
Well, that was actually a topic of conversation when the ratings came out. Your acceleration was I think an 89, and your speed was an 88, and it was the same as Connor Bedard for as far as speed. And we both were like, no disrespect to Connor Bedard, but I'd think Frank wins in a foot race.
I don't know. He's been working on it. We'll see.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, they've got and you have X factors as a player too. You've got the tape to tape, which makes your feather saucer passes, and it makes your snappy passes in and out of vision. And you've got wheels. Turn on the jets and blow past opponents. There you go.
Cool.
That's
Dang, I got two. Look at that.
You got to you're in it. You got to get it this year.
Yeah. No, I had it last year. I just didn't get the opportunity to play a lot.
All right. Well,
he was too busy playing in the NHL.
I guess.
We play the video game. You play the real thing.
All right. Let's get your face in the game at least this year. Let's work on that.
Yeah. All right. That's step one.
All right, Frank. You've been super generous with your time, man. We appreciate it. We'll see you in a few weeks at Fifth Third. Until then, enjoy the rest of the summer, and we'll see you soon.
Great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Frank.
All right, that's Blackhawks forward Frank Nazar. Do us a favor, if you've not done it yet, please hit that like button. Subscribe. We'll be back in 2 minutes on CHGO Blackhawks. All right, let's get serious here. The cola world has gone soft. The soft drink world has gone soft. I see these bubbly waters with essence of blueberry. No. That's enough of that nonsense. Soda used to have some kick. Now it's all about easy, pretty colors and fizziness. No. You need RC Cola. RC Cola is not a soft drink, just damn good cola. It's an OG in a world of spineless soft drinks. There's no trends, no gimmicks. They've been doing the same thing since 1905. That's a long time. And you know why they've been doing it that way for that long? Because it's not broken. It doesn't need fixing. I don't need tropical lemonade, pineapple punch, paradise RC. No one wants this. Stop it. It's enough. Do yourself a favor. Grab some RC at your local store. Stock up for all your end of summer parties. RC's the move for whatever you're doing. RC Cola is not a soft drink, just damn good cola. Get tough.
And get cool with Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. They've been serving the Chicagoland area for over 50 years. And do not be fooled by my hoodie and false fall. Summer is still intact. It's going to be 80 degrees in about a week. Make sure that your home stays cool with Four Seasons. They can do an AC installation, an AC repair, and they will maintain your AC unit as we finish summer through August and September and probably into October, and then get ready for fall. And if you want to get a new AC, they start from $39 a month. You can do an AC combo starting at $57 a month through Four Seasons. Your trusted local experts are Four Seasons Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all of their special offers and money-saving coupons. Again, that's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com.
All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Frank Nazar. Thanks, by the way, to the Blackhawks for making that happen. Busy time of year for everybody. Frank coming back from the Olympic camp and everything. I'm glad he was able to take some time and gave us a half hour, which was great. Really appreciated that. You may have mentioned
you didn't think we would get a half hour.
Well, you don't want to. You'd rather have them wanting more than getting bored.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Right. I don't think anyone was bored.
No, I agree.
I wasn't.
You may have notice I threw in a little note about Pierre McGuire at the end of the interview, and Frank did see that.
I mean those things. As much as professional athletes,
I ignore media.
Say
but
we block out the noise. The noise finds them. Whether it's their buddies or their family or whoever, they will still send them tweets and clips and all that stuff and say, hey, look what this person said about you or whatever.
So if you missed it, and I understand if you did, Pierre McGuire, our old buddy, was a guest on Jeff Merrick's The Sheet podcast, and Merrick asked him about Frank Nazar's deal. And I don't know if Pierre was like completely caught off guard or whatever it was, but he called him Nazar, first of all, which drives me crazy. Correct. And then compared the deal of all things. So Frank Nazar signs a 7-year extension.
6.5. So like 991.
Reasonable money. good term, probably will be a bargain 2-3 years into the deal, especially as the deal goes up. He compares it to the 15-year contract signed by Rick DiPietro, and he's like, that was risky at the time. I didn't like that one.
A goaltender,
a goalie, yes,
who signed for what is that AAV?
It was like 15% of the Islanders' salary cap.
Yeah, it was a 15-year, $67.5 million deal in total, signed in 2006. So $67.5 million 20 years ago went a lot farther than the 46 and change that Frank is getting in this deal. It's also for a goalie.
Yes.
And
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
I
think
it's the first long deal that came to Pierre McGuire's brain.
Yeah.
Long contract. Rick DiPietro. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't say it was a bad. He didn't necessarily say that the Nazar deal was bad, but I think his point was
he said he has questions.
He has questions. It's a lot to invest in a guy after a short amount of time.
But I'd like to know what are the questions?
Yes. What are exactly? If you watched our interview yesterday with Stephen Ellis at the Daily Faceoff, and if you missed it, go back and check it out. We also put out a video. He loves Frank Nazar. He called him and he's got Stephen has no ties to Chicago at all. He's not a Hawks fan. Doesn't live here.
It's not like talking to Chris Peters, who's clearly
with
got
his
a
White
Hawks
Sox
No, I'm kidding.
But he said Frank Nazar is a future star in this league, and I think if you're actually watching him play, unlike Pierre McGuire, clearly
which he might not be.
There's nothing about what I've seen from Frank Nazar, 56 games into his career, that I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be good. He's already good. Mm-hmm. He's already I would say if I was to put a value on Frank Nazar right now, today, probably 3.5.
Dollar value
based on just what we have seen from him so far. If he was to never get better than he is right now, he's probably a $3.5 million player. But he's definitely going to get better.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's the point.
Yeah, I'm very much on the side of Frank Nazar's deal will age much better than Rick DiPietro's deal, which he didn't. Shocker, he didn't see the end of the 15-year contract.
What?
And ended up getting Bobby Bonilla and had payments out to the end of that year, end of that deal, year over year up until just about I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago the deal actually got finished being paid out. So it worked out for him. Rick DiPietro got a lot of money for not being a great goalie. Worked out for him, but I think Frank Nazar is going to make every cent of this deal and then some, being a really good player for the Blackhawks. Yeah. Maybe even great.
And I don't want to be wearing my red and black tinted glasses here.
No, not on this show. But don't be a homer on this show.
Is there some risk in signing a guy who's played 56 games to that kind of a deal? Yes, of course. Of course there is. But what do we know about Kyle Davidson, right? We know he's incredibly patient. Mm-hmm. We know that he is not a massive risk taker in terms of recklessness.
He hasn't been yet.
I think that for a guy who has scouted Frank Nazar, drafted Frank Nazar, watched Frank Nazar develop into not only a great player at Michigan, a great player in Rockford, then go have a great World Championships this summer playing against Sidney Crosby and other great players in the NHL, right, and not just holding his own, but leading Team USA in scoring.
Yes.
I think it's a pretty safe bet that Frank Nazar is going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah, there's been enough evidence to warrant this kind of contract. And it's a contract that everyone was on board. Frank Nazar needs to be extended. Yes.
Yeah.
The timing of it, whatever, is to each their own opinion about when it needed to happen, but it needed to happen. And at the dollar amount, I think the vast majority of reaction to it was, wow, that could age to be one of the best deals in the league. It's a fair dollar amount, and that's just based on Frank kind of going through the trajectory that you kind of expect out of him. If he goes above expectations and becomes this guy that you could say is a top-line NHL caliber player, a star play driver, team leader kind of player, then he's going to outperform the dollar value. And I think a lot of people believe that is absolutely possible. And Windy City Hockey pointed out Rick DiPietro is still getting paid. He is going to see the end of that contract being paid out July 1 of 2029. I still think Frank Nazar's deal will age better than Rick DiPietro's. Call that
that's a
hot take. I don't know. Anyways.
All right, so here are the players, and again, there's context of this because some of these guys are right up at the end of these deals. So, but here are the players making $6.5 million. 6.75, by the way, Ryan McDonough. Matthew Coronado, Lucas Dostal, Justin Falk, Cam Fowler, Brendan Gallagher, Brandon Hagel, Chris Kreider, Torrey Krug, Martin Necas. He's going to get more, though.
Sure. Yeah.
Isn't he free agent after this year, right?
Yes.
Yes. Dmitry Orlov, Colton Parayko, Braden Shen, Tom Wilson. Those are your $6.5 million
look
players.
at the guys that are in their early 20s in that range. Coronado, Dostal.
Bowen Byram makes 6.25. Quentin Byfield makes 6.25.
Byfield.
So he's making more than those two.
in his mid-20s. Like, those are guys that are pieces of their organizations that are future building blocks, that are key players. And those are guys that I think you'd look at them and say, like, yeah, those deals could be performed over value. Brandon Hagel is a guy that we're all very familiar with, and he was on the list from The Athletic of best value deals contracts. Like, I would venture a guess that before the deal is over, I wouldn't be shocked if Frank Nazar is part of Dom Luszczyszyn's best valued contracts in the next couple of years, because I think he's going to reach it for sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question whether or not Frank Nazar is a good player. It's how good will he be? What are we talking about? Are we talking point per game? Are we talking in the 50-60 range? Somewhere in between? I think when Frank Nazar is in his prime, so 24 to 32-ish, you're going to be looking at like high 50s, mid 60s every year, and he will probably pop off for a year or two where the numbers are maybe in the 70s. I don't know if he's a point per game guy, but again, if the Hawks if you get to a situation where Anton Frondell is a stud and Connor Bedard reaches the full potential that people thought he has when he was drafted, and a couple other guys hit, and now he's playing with more elite players than just Connor Bedard, then you could be talking about point per game things. But just as it stands now, he is. I am very confident that he is going to reach the value of that deal comfortably, and as you said, in a few years, Dom Luszczyszyn will write one of the best contracts in hockey.
Could it mirror point totals such as Patrick Sharp's first run with the Blackhawks?
Okay, give me some numbers.
Patrick Sharp was not necessarily your best player, surrounded by elite talent, as we all know.
Yep.
But, so let's say that 07-08 season for Patrick Sharp. So that's Kane Tay's rookie year.
Yeah.
Havlet's on the team.
Yep.
36 goals, 62 points in 80 games.
36 goals feels like a lot because I think Frank is a better playmaker than Sharpie was. Sharp was always one of those guys with more goals and assists for the most part, or like almost close to even.
Yeah.
But those in terms of point totals, yes.
Let's see. The next.
Career high for Sharp was 78.
78. That was the 13-14 season. Sharp reached 30 goals 4 times with the Blackhawks, and 60 or more points 4 times, and the shortened season in 2013, 20 points in 28 games, so that's another 60-point pace at least. I think if he could play that kind of role where it's like you're saying, you have these guys that you expect to be your top line go-to guys, and then that next level down is maybe Frank Nazar's in that next level down, but he plays that role of like secondary scoring, but a guy who puts up 20 to 30 goals, 60-ish points.
Great.
That's great, and I feel like absolutely attainable.
And not to mention the fact that he will also penalty kill,
which Sharp did.
Play 200-foot game.
Yeah.
That's there's more there than just points on paper. All right, we're gonna hit the break zone. When we come back, I'm gonna tell you why I am rooting against the Blackhawks prospect. That's next on CHGO Blackhawks. I am so excited that college football is back for the first time in a long time. Both my football teams might be good.
Hey, how about
Notre
that?
Dame, the Bears, Notre Dame at Miami on Sunday. I will be locked and loaded. And if you want to go to the game, check out our friends at Game Time. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to you, the fan. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experience in just a few taps. My favorite feature is the view from your seat, because if you're going to an enemy's field, you want to make sure you can see the quarterback of both teams. You want to make sure you're getting good seats. They got you covered at Game Time. Snag new ticket deals before anyone else finds out by following your favorite teams in the Game Time app, and you'll receive alerts. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use our code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHGO for $20 off. Tap Ticket Go. Download the Game Time app today.
Whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way that it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. The best around, I've heard. You can bet on all of your favorite teams in every game this season, whether it's spreads, props, futures, in-game betting, and so much more. Circa Sports has it. Fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Wisconsin Badgers are 1-0
Did
on
you
this
win?
season, speaking of college football.
You get some shekels on Circa?
And Mario is 1-0 in his college
Yeah,
football
buddy.
betting to start the season. I'm celebrating it now because it will not last.
What was it, 14-0?
17-0.
Man, I love
and it was
football.
3-0 at halftime.
A barn burner.
That's okay. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for getting us over the 100 like threshold. That's not enough, though. We had Frank Nazar on a damn show. Come on, hit that like button for us. All right, before the break, I said I am rooting against a Hawks prospect. And here's why. 4 touchdowns for Mason West yesterday. Stop being so good at football.
He's good.
We don't need an NIL deal coming for Mason West that tempts him out of hockey.
He'll get an NIL deal for hockey. He's going to Michigan State. They got money.
Unless it comes from Notre Dame,
Go Green.
who needs a quarterback that's good
Well,
for the first time since Brady Quinn.
impressive first game for Mason West out there slinging the pigskin around. There's a reason as a junior he was getting college offers. He's a skilled quarterback, big kid. 6'7". He can see over everybody. But no, I think I think you hear him talk, you know that he's going, he's committed to Michigan State already to play hockey. He hasn't committed anywhere, taken any offers to play football. Blackhawks are involved in his high school football career and going out to games and everything out there in Minnesota. No, I think he is actually truly committed to his hockey path, and I don't worry about it.
I want Brian Higgins, the director of team security, to be around Mason West at all time.
Okay.
And anytime a football coach or recruiter comes near him, Brian just gives him the look that we've all seen from Brian before, and they just go, okay, Homer into the bushes. Not interested.
Get out of here.
Not interested. We
PJ Fleck.
Yeah, get out
of here.
Yeah,
Brett
go
Bielema.
row your own boat, jerk.
Go away.
Yeah, no, we're
Get
not.
out of here, Luke Fickle.
No, I'm not truly rooting against Mason West, but man, you see 4 tutties in the season debut. That's exciting. All right, I know this is not hockey related.
Do we have to take the temp on it?
Well, this is what I'm doing, is I'm taking your temp.
Okay.
Before I do,
I think I'm all right.
Taking the Temp is presented by your trusted local experts at Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com. You, Mario Tirabassi, are a lifelong Dallas Cowboys fan.
I don't admit that.
I would like to take your temp
publicly
on how you're feeling today less than 24 hours from the big trade. Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Good Lord, kill us all.
Sell the team, Jerry, is not just a chant.
Just get a blue one
for the city of Chicago.
Make you a blue one.
It is for a chant that rings out throughout the DFW region in Texas. You can check out all of the content from our friends at DLLS as they lived through the second time a team from Dallas has traded their superstar franchise player in a bad trade. Look, my dad, I blame him for making me grow up in a Cowboys household. The fact is, I grew up in a Cowboys household in the 90s, just late enough to where I didn't experience any of their Super Bowls, any of their early 90s success. And it's a Cowboys household that is in Wisconsin, that grew up with the Packers' late 90s success and Brett Favre, and then went to college in Wisconsin as a Cowboys and Bears fan with the success of Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And now I live in the Chicago area, lived in Chicago. The Bears have always been my number 2 team. They are my number 1 team now.
Ooh.
I cannot live with the Cowboys as my football team anymore. I don't know why it's taking me this long to get to this point. I've only ever been sad and angry as a Cowboys fan, even when they're, with the Tony Romo and Terrell Owens and, Des Bryant era where they're, making the playoffs and winning the NFC East and all that stuff. Only misery, only pain, only sadness, only disappointment. It's not good for my health.
Yeah.
And I have said things in text messages about Jerry Jones that I am not proud to say that I have said. But if I can connect it again to Chicago, CM Punk many years ago had the pipe bomb promo in which he said the WWE would be better off once Vince McMahon is dead, but it's going to be taken over by his daughter and his doofus son-in-law. It's the exact same thing for the Dallas Cowboys because when Jerry Jones is gone, it's going to be taken over by his doofus son who's going to run the team the exact same way because he's been running the team the same way his whole life. I cannot ever defend the Cowboys anymore. You trade Micah Parsons, arguably, we were educating Sarah about this, arguably the best pass rusher in the NFL right now, in his prime, at 26 years old, to the team who embarrassed you on your field in the playoffs 2 years ago, which in your Netflix documentary, which you were happy to make and take that money, you said that loss to the Packers in the playoffs was the most heartbreaking and devastating loss in franchise history. So you give them Micah Parsons. They're not calling this the Kenny Clark trade for any reason. He's not the same as getting Micah Parsons on your team. Ooh, we can stop the rush now. Wonderful. Score 30 points so your defense can give up 31. That's how it's going to be for the Cowboys. The first-round picks don't matter because they're late first-round picks. Picking 32nd will be wonderful with the Packers and Micah Parsons win the Super Bowl. And that it pains me to say as both a Cowboys fan and a Bears fan. Anyways.
That's Taking a Temp, presented by your local trusted experts at Four Seasons.
That temperature gauge being in the red on the graphic? Correct.
Yes, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com. Don't worry. The Packers are not going to win the Super Bowl because their quarterback is not good enough. And what you need to win a Super Bowl is a great quarterback. That's it. All these franchises that are looked at as, this is the crown jewel of the NFL. This is the franchise. As soon as they get an ass quarterback, they become an ass franchise. I don't think Jordan Love is ass. I think he's fine. I think he's good. I don't think he's great. But all of a sudden, the finest franchises in sports, the New England Patriots, oh, wait. What happened? Oh, Tom Brady's not there anymore? Weird. They're not so great anymore. What's going to happen when Lamar Jackson leaves Baltimore? What happened when Ben Roethlisberger left Pittsburgh? All of a sudden, they're not like this shining beacon of what happened to the Packers when Aaron Rodgers left.
Okay.
They're fine. Yeah. They're fine. They're middle of the road. They're not going to win a Super Bowl.
Counterpoint.
The Packers are the Khalil Mack Bears.
Counterpoint.
Good, not great.
The Packers got Reggie White the same year. The Packers got Reggie White, and at the age of 27, Brett Favre won the Super Bowl. The Packers got Charles Woodson, and at the age of 27, Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl. The Packers get Micah Parsons this yesterday. Jordan Love is currently 27 years old.
I will go on Circus Sports. I will bet. Can I bet the field against the Packers in the Super Bowl? Can I do that?
Maybe.
Can you bet that they won't win?
Maybe on Circus Sports Illinois, they will specifically have the Illinois football bet of the field or Green Bay for the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not. And Brian Magnuson has said, "Go Pack, go" in the chat. Can we ban him for the next 4 minutes and 30 seconds? Is that
straight
allowed?
to jail. Straight to jail.
Just a brief. We love Brian. He's in every show, but some things that cannot be tolerated. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the other thing too. I've grown up with Packers fans in my family, in my friends group. I got a buddy who I just love him to death, but I would strangle him over the way he is a Packers fan.
Well,
it's nauseating.
There's such a arrogance
I've just
about
grown
the
up
Packers.
with it
And look,
my
the
whole
Packers
life.
have been good for a long time, but they've had great luck. I won't even call it luck. They do very well with quarterbacks. There's no doubt about that.
Well, they've only had to have 2 in the last 30 years.
Yes. And also, they're the beneficiary of some dumbass divisional opponents that can't get out of their own damn ways. Finally, after 30 years, the Lions figure it out. The Vikings still have not won a Super Bowl, even though everyone's crowning them, even though they have J.J. McCarthy as their quarterback. No one knows what he can do at all at the NFL level. They've had a lot of incompetence boosting them up over the years. Not taken away from... I still believe that Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback I've seen play. And I hate the guy. I hope he gets hit by a bus. And you could put that on the internet. I don't care.
Well, you just did.
I hope it's an organic bus or an herbal bus. But as long as it's a bus
full of ayahuasca
colliding with Aaron Rodgers, I'm here for it. But that dude was unbelievable in his prime. No lead was safe. No play was dead. That guy was awesome as a football player. But he's a penis as a human being. Anyway.
With a little hat on.
Back to Pierre McGuire.
Anyways.
All right. Well, that was a really great show. Before we wrap up, we got more good news.
Great way
for
to
you.
end it. I'm very angry now.
Well, I know. I wanted to get you fired up.
I've been suppressing that.
I wanted to ruin your weekend.
Yeah,
I think I just did.
Appreciate it.
Me and Jerry Jones.
Great 3-day weekend ahead.
Yeah, we're off Monday, by the way. Enjoy your Labor Days.
As are many of you.
Your Labor's Day. But we've got our Die Hard sale still ongoing. And if you've missed this, really cool new promotion we've got with our diehards. It's called a tailgate tier. $89.99 gets you the full CHGO diehard membership. So that's 20% off all the merch, free shirt when you sign up, 20% off all of our watch parties, takeovers, all that stuff. Anything that we sell a ticket to, golf outings, etc., you're going to save 20% on automatically and get the free shirt. But with the tailgate tier, you also get 2 Bears tailgate tickets for the game of your choice. That's a $140 value as part of the tailgate tier. And here's the coolest part. If you're an existing diehard, and I know a lot of our audience are diehards, you can upgrade your current package to the tailgate tier and get those tailgate tickets. So if you were planning on going to one CHGO Bears tailgate, they do it for every home game, including next Monday, you can get 2 tickets for you and a friend to attend the tailgate just by joining the tailgate tier. If you're not local, if you're not a Bears fan, if you're not into going to the tailgates for whatever reason, if you're scared of Greg Braggs, and sure, why not? $59 for the year for the standard diehard membership. Still includes a free T-shirt and all the perks we mentioned. Forgot to mention access to our Diehards Only Discord. So you can get in there. You get access on Mailbag Monday, priority rather, to Mailbag Monday. So it's a great deal. It helps keep us going. Scan that QR code on your screen for more information. But again, this tailgate tier is great for everybody. If you're a new diehard, jump on it because the tailgates alone are $140 for 2 tickets. So you're getting the full membership and the tickets for free. You're saving money if you were going to do it either way. So check it out. Take advantage. AllCHGO.com/join is the place to go. So we'll be back Tuesday at 2 o'clock We'll do a Mailbag Tuesday show. So if you're a diehard, throw it in the diehard mailbag channel on Discord. If you're not, we will send the tweet on Monday evening and just respond to that tweet, and we'll get all your Hawks questions answered. Will it be September by then?
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Mm-hmm.
So we are officially
September
going to be
2nd.
in the month where hockey begins. We're almost there, folks. A couple weeks away, and we'll be at Hawks training
Tom
camp.
Curver, September 13th and 14th.
Let's go. And we'll have a practice before that.
Yeah, we've got
So we'll
some
have
of
a practice to report on. So we'll talk to you Tuesday at 2 right here on the CHGO Blackhawks Podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.